Hi guys, this is a outline for new course that is a Java programming course in one day. You know that we have completed one day course of C, C++, C Sharp, Python, PHP, and also JavaScript. We have completed this course for one day. So this is another course in which you will learn Java programming in one day. So many concepts I will share with you, theoretical concept as well practical programming example in VS Code. So different concept you will learn, many concept you will learn in this short course that is a one day course. You know that I break one day course in three sessions, that is a morning time, afternoon time, and evening time. So what we will cover in morning session, afternoon session, and same in evening session. So I will share outline for this course also. At first, this is the morning session lectures. We will cover introduction, environment setup, how you can set up your environment. If you want to work with Java and your system, just you have to make environment setup. You have to download some software extension to work properly on Java and your laptop system. So I will discuss with you each and everything in this video lecture. So another is a hello world program and program structure. I will show you how you can make a basic from hello world program, and I will discuss that program structure. Each and everything I will share with you. Input output, very important function in any programming language. Input means how you can get data from user on the runtime and then process on that data and display to user. So there are two methods that are used to get data from user and then display to user. I will share with you with different example. Another is a variables and constant. So variable is very important in any programming language. Actually variable is a memory location which store data. Variable may have different data type, int, float, char, string. So different types of data you can also store in your variable. Another is a constant. Constant value may constant fix in your program, but variable value may change. But I will discuss with you with explanation with different example. Another is a comments. About comments we also learn different types of comments and use in Java. Comments actually remarks, and not for the user, only for the developer, and cannot be compiled by the compiler. So these are different topics that will be covered in morning session. So same in afternoon session we will learn about data types, different data types used in Java, operators, string, decision making. So another is a loops concept, array, function, function overloading. So these are the important concept I will share with you in one day course of Java. Don't miss any lecture, any video, any concept from this one day course, very short course, but you will learn many things from this course. Now, if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture, this is the very first lecture for the morning session of Java programming one day course. So in this video lecture, we will learn about introduction of Java programming. For example, Java is a popular object-oriented programming language. So it's a purely object-oriented programming because its structure contain class at starting position, and in the class you have to define different methods, and then inside methods you have to write your code. So Java is a object-oriented programming. So it is created in mid 1990 by James Gosling. This is a scientist, this is an inventor of Java programming. So there is very interesting history of development of Java. So you should have to learn and read its history, Wikipedia, or different resources. Java code is compiled. At first, you know that compiler is used to compile Java programming course, Java source code into bytecode. So bytecode is a format when a compiler convert your source code that is written in Java into bytecode. That bytecode is executed by the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine actually a program software that execute bytecode independently, because Java source code did not depend on any specific platform. Java program can be run on Windows, Android, Linux, Mac. So this is an independent platform that used to execute bytecode. So another is Java is designed to platform independent, that has a Java virtual machine. Platform independent means that you develop an application, Java-based application. That application will be able to execute on different platform, different operating system. Java is known for its simplicity, readability, ease of use. So these are different features of Java used in desktop application, mobile application, Android application, web-based application, enterprise software. So many category of software you can use Java programming. It have large and active community of developers. So if you face any problem, you can share your problem in different groups, in different WhatsApp group, Facebook group, in their community, their official website. You will learn many things from their developers, senior developers, because community is large and they are active. Framework, different framework technology built on the top of Java include Spring, Hibernate, and Apache Struts. So these are different frameworks that are widely used in the field of development. So must try. First of all, you have to understand Java basic concept. So this is a one-day course in which you will learn many concepts of Java programming. So complete this course. After completing this course, you have to uh, learn more about Java and then select any framework. So Spring is very popular framework of the Java. This is all about basics of Java. We have discussed its introduction about Java. So in the next lecture, we'll discuss how you can set up your environment if you want to work with Java. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture, I will discuss with you about environment setup, how you can set up your environment, set up your laptop, operating system, anyway you will be able to write Java program. So what you have to do at first of all, you have to download SDK, Java development kit. So you have to download this software, this kit from internet, that is a free of cost. After downloading this, you have to download any IDE. If you're a programmer, developer, student, you should have any software, for example VS Code, then you did not need to download any IDE. So this software you have to download. This is very necessary if you want to work with Java. So first of all, you have to download this software, and then if you have the VS Code, then do not need to download any other software. So another point is that you have to download only one software, and you did not need to download extra Java development kit or any other IDE. That is a IntelliJ IDE. So when you download this IntelliJ IDE, so it comes with bundle JDK, which means that you do not need to download and install JDK separately. When you create new project in IntelliJ IDE, it automatically set up project with bundle JDK. You do not need to download JDK separately if you want to work with IntelliJ IDE. Actually, IntelliJ IDE is a IDE. It is a integrated development environment in which you can write Java programming code to develop different types of applications. If you have IntelliJ IDE for Java programming, you do not need to download separately Java development kit. You do not need to download separately. So if you want to work with, for example, VS Code, then you have to download JDK. In a Google Chrome, just get to Google and then write here JDK, download Java Oracle from its official website Oracle. You will be able to download Java development kit. So you can also read about this one from Wikipedia, and then you have to download software. You can see that. So it depends upon your operating system, bit 64-bit, 30-bit operating system. For example, for Windows, you can download any one of them. So after downloading, you have to install that. Very easy step. It will download for you, and also add path in environment variable. So this JDK you have to download at first. After downloading and installing this, you have to get VS Code. If you have not, for example, if you have already downloaded this VS Code, then you do not need to download again. So this software also you have to download. So for example, you do not need to download JDK VS Code if you have IntelliJ IDE. For example, if you want to download IntelliJ IDE, IntelliJ ID. So download this IntelliJ ID. It will be built with JDK. Just you have to download this software. So it will download IntelliJ ID for you. Just it will be 30-day trial. Zip you can also download. Also you can find its free version. Its size is 1 GB. I didn't want to download this one because I have already VS Code and downloaded JDK already. So I will work on VS Code for Java programming code. So if you want to download JDK, you can also download this one. So best option is that you have to download VS Code. If you have already, just you have to download this JDK. And another setting you have to done in VS Code, I will share with you in PPT slide right now. Now I open PPT slide, and what step you have to perform after downloading VS Code and JDK. So these are different steps you have to follow if you want to work with VS Code. So these steps especially for the VS Code, VLC code, and if you have download JDK separately. First of all, what you have to do, you have to download and install VS Code, and then Java Development Kit. You have to download, install this one, and install extension in VS Code, Java Extension Pack. This extension you have to install in your VS Code, and then create Java file with Java extension simply, and then run command convert this file into bytecode. So after writing your hello world program, you have to run this command Java C, this Java C and your file name and then Java. So it will convert into your this code will convert into bytecode. So when you write this command, your Java program will be converted into bytecode. That bytecode will be executed by virtual machine. That is a Java virtual machine when you run this command. At first you have to run this command, at second you have to run this command, then your file will execute. Now I open VS Code. Before opening VS Code, I will share with you definition of a virtual machine, Java virtual machine. So Java virtual machine is a software emulation of physical computer that allow the execution of program in controlled and isolated environment. So actually this is a prompt that is used to run Java program, especially bytecode program. That is a Java program. Now I open VS Code, and then I will show you what step you have to perform if you want to run your Java code. First of all, you have to open your VS Code. After downloading, installing, you have to open your VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So it will open Visual Studio Code. Just you have to. So Visual Studio Code is open. Now what you have to do? Just click here in this sidebar extension. Then all the extension you will able to analyze, install extension and recommended extension where you want to install for your system, for your VS Code. And install extension means you have already installed. So you can see that Java extension pack, I have already installed this one. That is why option is showing here uninstall. So this extension you have to install for your VS Code if you want to work with Java in Visual Studio Code. Now what I have to do, I have to create a folder for Java and Java 1-day course, and inside Java I have to create another folder that will be a morning session. Inside morning session, what I have to do, I have to just create a new file, and then I have to just move into Java 1-day morning session, and then I want to write here basic.java. So this extension you have to put, and then I want to write just a just I paste here to save time. This is Java basic code. I have to open terminal and then save this file. Just open a command prompt. When you have opened your command prompt, you have to look at this file, and then Java program back. I have to open e partition, e colon enter cd source code cd Java one day cd morning session, and then what you have to do, you can see this is the error. Java is non-project file. For that reason, you have to open Control plus Shift plus P, and then you have to search for this folder, add folder to workspace. Just click here, and then you have to open your that folder, add. You can see that error is removed now. Open the terminal, and then again you have to make its bytecode Java C. You have to write here Java C, and then your file name. What is your file name? File name is basic.java, and press enter. So it will create bytecode for you. I means class code, saying that some is issue. Issue is that my file name is basic and class name is main. So this is the issue. Your file name and class name should be the same. For that reason, I want to close this one and open this file again. I will rename my file basic. I want to rename into main, and then open this file and then execute this file. Just I want to convert this source code, this Java code, into bytecode. So into bytecode, press enter, so it will convert into bytecode. Now Java file not found basic because file name is changed. Java C main dot Java, press enter. So you will see that there is no error. It means that your bytecode is generated. You can see that this is the extension bytecode.class. Now what you have to do is just you have to Java and your file name main, press enter. You will see that hello world is showing. So this is a basic program just for testing purpose. In the next video lecture I will explain each and everything I will share with you to clear your concept. So in video lecture what you have discussed, first of all I will discuss more. In this video lecture I discuss with you about VS Code. You have to download JDK, you have to download, and then you have to install JDK properly to add path in environment variable. If you are facing any issue about setting path in your environment variable, just contact with me, I will help you. So another is a extension. You have to install extension, that is a Java extension pack. This extension you have to install in VS Code. And then another step is that write basic program in Java with Java extension. Another is a file name you have created and class name should be same. So this you have to keep in mind, should be same. Another is a run this command. Which command? Java C file dot Java. So it will create a bytecode for you like file dot class in your directory, and then you have to run this command. Java and then file. You did not need to put Java its extension, just file name, and then press enter, so you will get output from your file. So this is all about environment setup in your system, your laptop, if you want to work with Java programming. Now if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn about hello world program in Java, how you can create a hello world program in Java. Also we will discuss its basic structure. So you know that Java is the object oriented programming in which you have to create a class. Inside class you have to define different methods, also attributes, etc. So in this video lecture, first of all I will show you a basic program that is a hello world program, also discuss its basic structure. You can see that this is a hello world program. You can see that this is a public maybe, and it is a private protected. It means that this class is public, anywhere you can access this class. Class is a keyword, reserved keyword. We have to write class, and then this is a main, this is a class name. You can write your own name. This is a user defined keyword, so you can write, for example, my class, test class. You can write anything else here, but one point you have to keep in your mind is that your class name, that is a main, and your file name should be same. File name and class name should be same. So this point you have to keep in your mind. So this starting curly braces, this ending curly braces, between that you have to write your code. Between that you have to define different method, different attribute, different source code. So there is only one method, that is a main method. This is necessary to write in your class. This is the actually entry point of compiler. So when you miss this function, and when you edit this name, for example, my main test, so you will get an error. So its name should be main. So public, it means that this function will be public, not private, not protected. It will be accessed in this class. And static, you have to put here, that is a reserved keyword in Java. So another is a void means it will not return anything else. You can write here int, bool, char, string, float, any data type you can mention here. So it depends upon which type of data is returning to function call point. So that data type you have to mention here. Also I will discuss with you about return value when we will discuss about methods and methods overloading. So this is a main keyword, you have to put here main, and parenthesis, you can see that string, args, it means that you can pass one argument or array of argument you can pass. This is actually optional. So this is a curly braces starting, and just this is a actually it's starting curly braces here and curly braces here. So this is starting curly brace of main function, and its ending curly braces is here. Between that, this is a code of main function, main methods. System.out, out means I want to output, I want to display something. Print line, print ln, actually print line. So this line I want to print hello world. This line should be displayed to user, and put a semicolon at the end. So this is a basic program in Java. Now I open VS Code and write this basic program to get hello world. In VS Code, just you have to create a new file and save your file with a hello.java. File is created. Now just create a public class. File name is hello and class name should be hello. Starting any curly braces, inside that I want to write here public static void main string, and then string array and args, and then parenthesis inside here. Just you have to system dot out dot print ln. So this method used to display anything else to user. For example, I want to show to user hello world. Now each and everything is okay. What you have to do, just you have to write Java C if you want to convert your this source code of Java into bytecode. Java C, your file name is hello, dot java. Press enter, so it will create bytecode for you. Just you can see that hello dot class, and then Java and your file name. Java and file name is hello. We do not need to put any extension. Press enter, you will see that hello should display here. So anything else you can write here. For example, if you want to add something else, any operations you can perform, any string you can display to user. Actually this is a hello world program, means that basic program in Java. For example, Java free code Mhm. Java programming, and then again Java hello. You will see that Java hello, but you have to Java C and your hello, create a bytecode, and then Java hello, only hello. You can see that all the statements are showing here. So this is all about basic program in Java, how you can create, also discuss its basic structure. Now in the next video lecture we will learn more about Java different concept. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn more about Java different concept, that is the input output, how you can get data from user and display to user. These two methods function are very important in any programming language. You must understand these two methods, how you can get data from user in Java and how you can display your data to user in the front end in a Java. So scanner, this is a class actually that is used to taking input from the user. Scanner, first of all you have to import this scanner class in your Java program, then create object, and then using that object you can get data from users using this scanner class. So this is used for taking input data from user. Another is a system.out.println method. This is a method that is used to printing something to user in the console. So these two methods very important. So another is a example I want to share with you. If you want to get data from users using scanner class, just you have to import scanner class from this package java dot util. From this package you have to import class, and then this is your main class of the program. Input output example, actually this will be your file name. Also file name and class name should be same. Starting curly braces for this class. Main method, that's ending point. So inside this in your main method, just create, this is an object for this scanner class. For this scanner class, this is a class name, object name, and this is a class name, and you have to pass that a parameter system.in. So this is a method to create a scanner object. So using this scanner object we will use to get data from user. So this is actually same as we discussed in previous lecture. System.out.println, you have to put here ln. So enter your name, so it will display user and string prompt, and then using this string object string dot, you have to write here a method next line that will help you to get data from user. So when a user enter its name, enter any string that will be stored in a name variable. So name variable data type will be string, so you have to put here a string, and then when you use this println method to display this variable value to user, so it will display name and user name, and then you have to close that scanner object at the end. Close all these curly braces. Now I will discuss with you another example. In this example you can see that I get data from user, that is a string. So I get name from user, maybe alpha numeric character in your data. So first of all you have to import that class, create first of all import that class, and then make object. Using that object you have to put this method on that object next line, so it will help you to get data from user, that will be string for. So if you want to get number from user, for example I want to get a number and b number, I want to add these both. Now how I can do this one? So in example 2, same, you have to import that scanner class. So you can see the integer input example. So this is another class. When I save this example in a file, my file name should be integer input example main function, and then inside you can see that I am creating object for this scanner class, and then showing a message print. Also you can use here println, and then you can see that using this object, another method I am using scanner dot next int, not next line. So in previous you can see that I used a next line, but in this example you can see that I'm applying next int method because I want to get integer from user, and then that integer will be stored in number variable. Number variable data type is int, that is why I mentioned here int, and then number I used in print ln method to display to user, and then you have to close scanner object and end all the curly braces. Now I open VS Code and practically we write program to get data from user using scanner class and display it. In VS Code, just create a new file, input output dot java. Now input output class name is input output. In that public static void main string array and args curly starting ending braces, it will be a string. Now in your main method, what you have to do, I have to write, for example, first of all I have to import java dot util import scanner. I want to import this scanner because I want to get data from user. What is the error? What is problem? Sorry. Dot and then put a semicolon. So it is saying that the import java.util scanner is never used. So I will use this scanner class object in main method. So what I have to do, I have to write here, for example, system dot println. Just show a message to user. What I have to do, actually enter your name, and then before showing this message I want to say that just create object for this scanner class. For that reason, what you have to do, just scanner, and your object name is, for example, sc equal to new scanner, and then you have to pass parameter that is a system dot in. So it means that now I have used that scanner class. Just put a semicolon, and then using this sc is an object of scanner class. Sc dot next line I will get a data from user that will be a string based. So that data should be stored in a, for example, st in a variable. For example, I want to write here name data type will be string because it contains alphanumeric special characters spaces etc. Now what I have to next do, I have to just system dot print ln. I want to show that name to user as I got from user. What is the error here? It means that this is an object that is created using scanner class. I have to close this also. For example, sc.close. So error will be removed. Now what I have done in this uh, source code, just you have to import scanner class, because using scanner class I will create object. Using that object I will get a data from user. So just creating object, showing a message, enter your name. This is a output function, and then using that object I put a method next line. Next line means that I want to get a line from the user that's stored in a name variable. Name variable will take a data from user to storing, and its data type is string, and then using print line method I will show that name to user, and then you have to close that scanner object also at the end. Now you have to convert this source code into bytecode. Just java c and input output java, and then it will create a bytecode for you. Just java input output without any extension, press enter. It will say that enter your name. For example, this is my name, and press enter. You can see that this name is showing using this print line method. I want to clear just this point. Your name is just comma. What is the error? you have to use here addition symbol. Now Java C input, sorry, Java C, I have to convert this into bytecode, and then Java input output file name, press enter. You can see that name you have to enter. You will see that your name is this one. Again, if you want to run, for example, Jeffrey, your name is Jeffrey. So taking data from user and showing to user. So now I want to get a number from user. For that reason, what you have to do, just make comment this one and then paste here on comment. I would say that enter your age. Now enter your age to get data. That is a integer base. You have right here next int method, so that will store in a age variable and its data type should be int, and then you have to display the user age. Your age is this variable value. Again, you have to Java C input output dot Java to create bytecode. After creating a bytecode, just Java and your file name. Press enter. You will say enter your age 32. Your age is 32. So this is a method you can get it from user, string based, number based. Now it easily you can get your number from user and then perform different mathematical operations on that two number. In case problem issue, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn about comments in Java. So different concept we have discussed in this course. This is a short course, 1 day course of Java. So we will learn about comments, how you can write comment in your source code that is written with Java programming. So actually comments are not compiled by the compiler and cannot for the front end for the user. Actually comments for the developer, not for the user. So more about comments we will learn in this video lecture. Comments in Java are used to add descriptive text. For example, if you want to describe your code, for example, this is int a equal 20. So this is a variable declaration and initialization. So what I have to do, I have to explain this line of code in comments. For example, this is a variable and its value is 10. It means that you can explain your code, you can describe your code in source code. So because that comments will not be compiled by the compiler. Actually these are the remarks to a program source code that is ignored by the compiler. So compiler will ignore your lines that are written in the comments. So there are different types of comment in Java. For example, single line comment. If you want to write only one line, then you have to use these two slash. These two slash you have to write here and then your comment what you want to write. So this line will be ignored by the compiler. Another is a multi-line comments. So you have to start with a slash static and static slash. So between that, if you write any content here, that will be considered a comment. So this is a comments, multi-line comment, single line comment you can write in your source code of Java code that will not be compiled by the compiler. Just open VS Code how you can make comment in your Java code. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file with the name comments.java. So also it create a class with the comments, just public static void main, and it will be string and then args curly braces. Just write, for example, I want to declare a variable, for example int variable. This is a variable declarations, this is a variable initialization, and this is a, for example, system.out.println. I want to print a value. I want right here the value of a is equal to concatenation and a. Now I want to make some comment here. For example, this is the comment. This is a comment. Sorry, this is a declaration of a variable. I can write here in the second line, this is the this is the initialization. This is a initialization of a variable. So you can also write a comment in detail. Just you have to use a multi-line comment slash static and slash. Yeah. So here you can write your comment. This code is written by me, Faisal Zamir, in Java programming language. So also you can write here Java code explanation. Any explanation you can write here. Your coding experience, many things you can write here. That will be a multi-line comment. So this syntax will use for multi-line comment. Now I want to run this file, just java c and comments.java, and then it will create bytecode, and then I want to write here java comments only file name, and then run. You can see that the value of a right here, a is a value of 10. So you can see that compiler ignore your comments, so it will not compile your comments. Actually these are the lines that are especially for the developer, not for the user. For example, if you want to hide or avoid to execute any line of the code, for example system, I want to write here how are you, sorry, how are you, then java c comments dot java, and then java comments. You will see the how are you is showing here. Now I want to write here just 2 slash, so it make a comment, so this line become a comment, it will not be execute, and compiler will ignore this line. When again I want to java c comments, and then I want to run this file, you will see that this line is not showing, this line is not executing, because now this line become a comment, not a original java code. So in this way you can work with comments in java. Now if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn about variable. What is variable? How you can create variable in Java? You know that we have already discussed about variable in other courses in JavaScript, PHP, C, C++, C Sharp. We have already discussed how you can declare and initialize variable in that programming language. Now in this video lecture, in this course, Java course, we will discuss how you can create variable. Actually variable is declared using specific data type. You have to mention its data type, for example int, string, double, float, char, boolean, followed by a variable name. For example, this is your data type, variable name. So this is declaration. It means that we declare variable in which integer type of data will be stored. The value of variable can be assigned and updated as needed during the program execution. For example, I provided a value to this variable 10. I want to update its value to 20 to 30, so I can update value of variable. Variables are mutable. Mutable means this is a mutability, which means that you can update variable value, meaning their value can be changed during the program execution. Memory allocated for variable can be resized dynamically. So when you provide more data, change, modification, so it means that variable can be resized dynamically, because we say that actually variable is a memory location. When we declare a specific variable, a specific memory will be assigned to that variable, 2 byte, 1 byte, 8 byte, 16 byte. So that specific memory is also allocated for that variable. So its example is that this is a data type, variable name and its value, declaration and initialization on the same line, on the one line. Same like string data type, name is a variable name and its value. Double is a data type, its variable name and its float value. So these are different variable example, variable definition, variable you can define in this way. Example. Now I want to share with you some rules and regulations which you have to follow while declaring variable in Java. So valid characters. So in your variable name, for example, my variable name is first name. So in your variable, you can use alpha, upper case, lower case, both character. Also, you can include number. For example, my variable name is, for example, my value 1 to 3. This is my variable name. That is a valid. You can put uppercase, lowercase, and number also in your variable, but you cannot put any other specific character. For example, slash, forward slash, backslash, dollar sign, any other character you cannot use except underscore. You can use underscore. Case sensitivity means, for example, you declare variable int a and another is int a, though. So these are two different variable, not same. For example, value system dot out, you want to a, it means that it will display value of this first variable. So a lowercase, a uppercase, these are the two different variable, not same. Result keyword, you cannot make variable as a result word. For example, there are different result word used in Java. Actually, result word are the special words for any programming language. For example, if is a result word in Java that is used to check any condition, else is also a result word that used to execute any block when condition is false, and it is a for that is used for running a for loop. Same like another you can also use, for example, do. So there are many also, int, float. So these are all the result word. You cannot use these word. Another is a length of variable. Length should be suitable. For example, there is no limitation, but a length should be descriptive. And for example, if my variable name is a b c d and my name, and this is a very, so this is not a good practice to have many character long length of your variable. Variable should be a short name and descriptive one. Meaningful name means that unmeaningful name variable not stable, but meaningful variable name should be, you have to use. For example, I have take a first name from user. I cannot for example set any variable abc equal to first name. So this is a variable in which first name is stored. That is not meaningful. When I declare variable first name is equal to user first name, so this is a variable that is meaningful. This is a valid variable name but not meaningful. For example, I want to get age from user, then my variable should be age, not value is equal to, for example, 18, that is the age of the user. So this is a valid variable, but this is not meaningful name. So it depends upon you which type of data you want to get from user. According to data you want to store in a variable, your variable name should be matched with data. Another is a camel case. For example, you cannot put any white space in your variable name. My variable name is first name. You can see that it contains its white space. So this is an invalid variable name. You have to fix this issue. Just you have to use a camel case, first and capital N and name. So this is a camel case. You have to use in this way. Initial value, for example, you declare variable int x. You must have to provide value to x. This is a actually declaration, and you have to provide value 20 to declare variable. Sometimes you will get an error when you declare variable and did not provide value and did not you have used in your program. So it is very good practice to declare variable and initialize. So these are different rules and regulations I share with you. You have to follow. Now I open VS Code and provide you example of different variable and discuss these rules. In VS Code, just I want to create a new file and save this file. File name will be variables.java, and then I want to set a method static void it should be public method. That is why I have to put just public static void and main string and then args. So here I have to declare variable int x, its value is 20. This is actually declaration of the variable. This is a initialization variable. This is a actually a output system dot sorry system dot out dot print ln, and then just x. Now I have to java c variables dot java. It will create bytecode. After creating bytecode, I will run this variable file. You will see that value should be display 20 is showing here. So this is a actually a int x is a variable in which integer type of data is stored. That is why I put here int. For example, I write here string, so you will get an error. So you can see that it says that 20 is not string. String means that the data that will store in x variable will be string, but I did not provide any string. When I provide string, so now this 20 is become string because I put double quotation. When I execute that file, first of all you have to make bytecode, and then you can see 20. So this is not a numeric 20, this is numeric string. This is actually string, not a integer 20. So in this way it will work. So another variable, for example, my variable name is if and 20, you will get an error because also when you put here int if, so my variable name is if, you will get an error because if is a reserved keyword, so it will not work. So another variable name is, for example, int 1 to 3 and val. In this case, this is not a good practice to put number at starting position of your variable name. You can put number in your variable at any position, middle position, any place you can put number, but at the starting position you cannot put any number. Another is a, for example, string first name. So you can see that this is a variable, but reason is that there is white space. You cannot put any white space in your variable. Just you have to fix this issue. So this is the variable name that is a valid. So error is showing that because you did not provide any value. Value is Java code. Now I have provided any value, first name, and I have to just use this variable system dot out dot println. You will see that error is now removed. Again you have to create bytecode. After creating bytecode, you have to just run you can see that Java code is showing here. So this is all about different rules I shared with you in PPT slide. You can apply here, and also you can create different variables, and you can update variable value. For example, on the line number 6, I want to provide new value to that variable, and then after updating x variable value, I want to show in console. Just create a bytecode, and then you will see that at first x value will be 20. I did not save actually. Now again create bytecode and again run. You can see that at first x value is 20. After updating on the line number 7, when I print x value, it is 30. So you can update variable value because it is a mutable data type. Mutable data type means that you can update variable value after creation. So different rules I discussed with you. Variable creation I discussed with you. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn about constant in Java. How you can create constant in Java. In the previous class, you know that we have discussed how you can create variable, different rules and regulations to declare variable in Java. Already we have discussed. So constant creation already discussed in other programming language like PHP, C++, C#, C language. But in this video lecture, how you can create constant in Java programming. Actually, constant is declared using final keyword. You have to put final keyword before your variable and data type that actually variable will be converted into constant. That value will not be able to change. So we use actually const keyword in case of C++ and other programming language, but in Java you have to use final keyword to make any constant. So for example, this is a variable int x, its value is 20. In this case, you can update x value when you put final before variable name. Actually, this is a variable name and its data type, and you put here at static position final. It means that this variable is converted into constant. You cannot update x value. So on the time of declaration, you can provide value. The value of constant is assigned at the time of declarations. Declarations means when you declare a constant, at that time you have put value and cannot be changed during program execution. Constants are immutable, means that you cannot update your constant when you create. After providing value, you can update value of the constant. Value remain the same throughout the program execution. Its value will be fixed. You cannot change. The memory allocated for a constant will be fixed and you cannot update constant. That is why its memory will be constant and fixed, cannot be resized, because when we declare variable and initialize that variable value may change, decrease, increase its memory also. Example, you can see that this is a data type, this is actually a variable, but I used here final keyword, so pi will become a constant. Its value will be fixed. You cannot update pi value. Same final keyword that used to make this max attempts as constant. Its value will be fixed. You cannot update its value. Another is a string app name, string constant. You have used a final keyword to make this app name constant. Its value will be same in a same program. Now I open VS Code and how you can create constant in Java. In VS Code, just create a new file. File name is constant.java, and then just inside this class, public static void main method string and args here. For example, this is a variable, its value is 20. System dot out dot println, I want to show you x value, and then in terminal I want java c constant in terminal, creating a bytecode java c constant.java. It will create bytecode. After creating bytecode, just java and file name is constant. Press enter. You will see that 20 is showing here. For example, I can update its value because now it is a variable, not a constant. Its value will be changed. New value you will look here. So you can see that 40 is showing here. For example, if I make this x a constant, just you have to put a final keyword. You can see that in the problem, final local variable x cannot be assigned. It means that you cannot assign new value. That is why you are getting error, because this is a constant. You cannot update its value. Just same process, you can create a bytecode and then java constant 20 is showing here. X is become no constant. For example, another is a string variable is name is name Faisal Zamir. Its value Faisal Zamir. Now I want to make this, it should be a constant, and then I want to display an n value. Just create a bytecode and then java constant name is showing here. For example, I want to update this name value to java free code. You will see that error should generate here. Before compiling, you can see that problem is showing here, cannot be assigned. You cannot update, you cannot assign new value to your constant. So this is all about how you can create constant in Java with different data type. Now, if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you.
Hi guys, in this class we will learn about data types in Java. This is very important lecture for this course because we have already discussed different concept of Java. So data types are different types of data that we use in any programming language to process and to operate some operations. So you know that we have already discussed data types in other programming language, for example in C language, in C++ language, in Python, in JavaScript, PHP. So in different programming language we have discussed data types. But in this video lecture for Java programming course we will learn which type of data used in Java. So first of all, you should know that data types are used to define the type of data, which type of data you want to use in your program that a variable can hold. For example, you can see that int a20, you can see that a is a variable which hold 20 value. Actually 20 is a integer type of data, that is why I mentioned here int. For example, float a 2.5, it means that in this case a is a variable which store 2.5 value. Actually this is a floating number. So you can see that this is another data, this is another data. So there are different types of data we can handle, we can use in Java. So there are two category of data types in Java. One is primitive data types, another is reference or non-primitive data type. First of all, primitive data type. These data types represent basic type. Basic types of data are built into the Java language. So we can say that non-reference data type, their size, their memory size will be fixed. For example, you can see that int, float, and also another data type. For example, you can use char to store character. So these are different types of data. We say that primitive data type that use in Java commonly. So first of all, byte. Byte is a data type that used in Java, which represent 8-bit integer value. 8-bit equal to 1 byte. So 8-bit equal to 1 byte. So its size will be 1 byte, and you can see that its range minus 128 to 127. So this is the range we can provide to store in byte data type. Another is a short. It is then 16 in bit integer, that is a equal to 2 byte. You know that 8 byte equal to 1 byte. You can see that its range and also its size will be 2 bytes. For example, when I declare any variable with short, so when I write this line of code, a memory 2 byte memory will be allocated for this a variable with short data type. Another is a int which store 32-bit integer value. Its size will be 4 bytes, and also you can see that its range, you can provide its range. Another is a long data type. Its size will be 8 bytes, and you can see that its range, that is why it store 8 up to 8 bytes data. So byte, short, int, long, all these data type related to number. We can handle number if you want to make any mathematically engineering types of applications, or if you want to operate some mathematical operations, so we can use this type of data. Another is a float, which store floating number. Floating number, for example, 2.5, 20.1. So its size will be 4 bytes, and you can see that its range negative, positive, 1.4 e power 45 to 3.4 e power 38. So this is the a approximately range. So it have a long number. And another is a double. Its size will be 8 bytes, and its range, you can see that. Another is a boolean data type which store true and false value, where true will show 1 and false will show 0. So its value true and false, it store 1 byte. In practice may vary depending on the compiler, but commonly it store 1 byte of data. Another is a char. Char means it can store only one character. For example, A, it can store B, 1. So it can store only one character. So its size will be 2 bytes. And you can see that it's in a 0 to 65,535 unsigned. Unsigned means that only positive. Or you can see the another range that will be a signed. Signed means when we put any sign, for example, negative. So you can see that this is a signed number and this is a unsigned number. So there are different data type that can be used in Java. So this is a actually example. This is a main class, main method, print data types. This is the actually data type name byte and its variable name, its value 127. We have already discussed its range. You can find number between 0 to 127. Another thing, my short number, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. You can put any another char also, but should be only one character. And then displaying the result system.out println, and in this way you can see all the uh, data type value. I just copy and paste in my VS Code to show you result because I cannot explain each and everything because we have to move to into non-primitive data types also. In VS Code, just we have to create a new file and see this file. This is a morning session, but I am working with afternoon session. That is why I have to create a new folder. In that folder, just write here data data types.java. File is saved. Paste that code as I copied from PPT slide, and its file name is data type. That is why I will mention here class name should be same, data types. And then what is the error? There is no error. Non project file. If you can see that if this error you are facing a data types.java is non-project file, only syntax error are reported, then what you have to do? Control plus shift plus P, and then just click here. If you are not able to see this option, just search add folder to workspace. Just click here, and this is the folder afternoon session add. So error will be removed. Again, control plus workspace. This is my workspace. Afternoon add. If you are facing any error and issue, just you can discuss with me. I will help you. Now I want to compile this source code, or I want to create a byte code. Just I have to write here Java C, and then file name is data types.java. It will create byte code, and then creating a byte code. Now I want to Java, run this file data types and press enter. You will see that all the values should display in the terminal. Different value having different data types showing here: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and char. You can also change their values, but that should be in a given range. False. Also I can provide another character, that is a and symbol. But its range should be, for example, you can see that I provide another range, that is a out of range value for byte. We'll see that mismatch cannot convert from int to byte. It said that this is an int value, not byte value. That is why I have to provide a given range value 43. So again, you have to create a byte code for this file, and then file should be run. You can see that value when I change, new values are showing here. So this is all about different data type we have discussed in this video lecture. So in the next video lecture, I will show you which type of data that are categorized in non-primitive data type. So if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn more about data types. You know that in the previous class we have discussed primitive data type, but in this class I will discuss with you about reference or non-primitive data types. Same thing. So these data types are used to refer to the objects and are created using classes or interfaces. Reference data type do not have fixed size because their value may change. Their data may change like primitive data types. But in primitive data type, you know that their size will be fixed. For example, byte will store up to 1 byte, and there is a int will store up to 4 byte. So float 4 byte, and there are many data types which have stored different types of data and their memory size will be fixed. But in case of reference or non-primitive type, their memory size will be changed because we provide more data, and we can change their data on the basis of their data. Their memory size will be decrease or increase. So for example, string, object, array. So these are different data type. We say that these are the categorized in reference or non-primitive data type. String contain a sequence of character which can store alpha, uppercase, lowercase, numeric, and special character, white spaces. So object, you know that Java is the class-based programming language. So when we create class, after creating class, we have to create object. Object can contain any methods and attributes. So another is a array. Array is also a collection of different elements which can store same data type value. For example, name of the student, name of the student marks. So array can contain multiple values which have same value. So this is a all about non-primitive data types or reference data type. In VS Code, we will understand their example. So in previous slide here, I will show you example. Just you have to import array. If you want to work with array, you have to import array this from this library java.util.arrays, and then this is a main class. In main class, this is main method. A string, first of all, string. For that reason, you have to create your variable name, and before that, just you have to write string. It means that this is a variable which data type is string, and its value, you can see that it will be collection of different character. System.out.println, it will show your string. So more about string, we will learn its different methods. For example, how you can uh, work on string, finding its length, concatenation, equality, you can check comparison, operations you can perform. So different methods there are with string. I will discuss with you in the next class. Object, the base class for all Java objects. You can create object for your base class. This is a method, object, and this is a object method. Before that, you have to put a new. So this is your object name. Using this object, you can access any methods, any attributes of the class. Just you have to use your object name and method to string in the form of string. You can see. Another is a array. So this is the method you can create array. Actually, this is a data type. Which type of data will be stored in array? This is the array name equal, and you can provide your array values, array element or array item. So about array we will cover in next classes. In afternoon session we will learn decision making, but in the evening session we will discuss about array. So in that video lecture we'll learn how you can create array, different operations on array, different methods. There are many things with array, but we will discuss array according to our outlines. So system.out.println array.string, so it will display all your element to user. So this is all about different non-primitive reference data type I discussed with you. Now I open VS Code and understand this example practical. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. This will be, for example, reference underscore data types, just Java. And then what you have to do, just public static void main method string, put a square bracket args and a curly braces. For example, first of all, string my name Faisal Zamir. You can see this is string. String is also non-primitive data type, reference data type. So it depends upon you which type of data you want to store. It can contain alphanumeric, special character, white spaces. Its size is not fixed because I can provide more and more data as I can. And then it will be string, and then so error is showing that you did not use in your program. I want to use just system dot out dot println and then my name. You can see that error is removed now. I want to open this terminal here. Remove from here just Java C, creating a bytecode, and then after creating a bytecode I want to run this file Java reference. Okay, you can see that fast assembly is showing here. Now I want to provide more data. For example, you can provide special character, white spaces, any alphanumeric data you can provide. Also you can include number. Now open your terminal and then again it's bytecode and then file you want to run. You can see that all the data is showing here. So this is a method you can use to create a string. So there are different methods with string. I will discuss with you in the next class. Now another is a object. Just you have to write here object and object name. For example, obj equal new and object method. So it will create your object. Just if you want to access your object, different methods and attributes, just system.out.println obj.toString. And in the form of string, you can see what is the object value. Creating a bytecode and then from that file, actually there is an error. Uh, just put a semicolon. I forgot to put semicolon at the end. Creating a bytecode at first and then run this file. You can see that java.lang.object. So this is actually a basic information about object you're showing, but object actually is used to access any methods, any attributes that are defined inside class. So this is all about object. uh, just my purpose is to share which type of data is non-primitive. One of them is object. I'm not explaining each and everything because this is a very short course. When I create a long course, a comprehensive course on Java programming, then each and everything I will discuss with you with proper example. Now another is an array. If you want to use array, you have to import one file from for import java.util.array because I want to work with array. And then why remove the semicolon. I think it is necessary to put in the terminal. I want to check what is the error. Command prompt import cannot be resolved. Sorry, this is the arrays. It's saying that is never used. It's saying that you have import but you did not use. Still I want to use this array. Now how I can use, just I want to say that my array data type will be int and array name will be x equal to curly braces, and then I want to provide values. These are different value of array. Now put semicolon. I want to access this array element to display to user print ln, and then x. I want to access any element from this array x square bracket and its index number 0. 0 means that I want to access first element. What is the error? Never used. Saying that you did not use, but I have used it. Okay, just I want to just open. So it will display first element. First element is 1. That is why 1 is showing here. Actually, I will use this array if I want, for example, to display all the element. Just I want to make this comment, and then again system dot out dot print ln. So arrays, from arrays dot to string, I want to convert this array to string. Just pass that x as parameter to string method. Again create a bytecode and then run that file. You can see that all the elements are showing here. So in this way you can use this class. From that class, this is a method to string. We want to show all the element in the form of string. So this method to create array, object, string are the non-primitive reference data type used in Java programming. So if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will discuss about operators. You know the different operators used in different programming language. For example, arithmetic operators, assignment operator, logical operator, comparison operator. So the different operators used in programming language to handle different types of data, to perform different operations to get required result. Actually, operator is a symbol. It is a symbol or any keyword. For example, a plus b. In this case, you can see that this is a symbol. This is an addition symbol. We say that this is actually operator. This is an operator, and a and b are the operand. So on which operator is performing, we say that a, b operand. Symbol, we say that operator. Collection of operator and operand, we say that this is a expression. So different expression you can make. For example, a is greater than b. In this case, you can see that a and b operand. This greater than symbol is an operator. Collection of operator and operand, we say that this is the expression. Operator, symbol or keyword that are used to perform operations on one or more operands. Different types: arithmetic operators, comparison, logical, assignment operator. So there are many other operator types also you can learn in Java, but this is a very short course. That is why I will share some example of this data type that used in Java to perform different operations on operand. Now I open VS Code. How you can work with operators. In VS Code, creating a new file and save this file with the name operators.java. Now file is created by default. Just static public string args curly braces. For example, I have a variable a value is 20, int b value is, for example, 30. I want to perform arithmetic operations. For example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. So how I can do this one? For example, system dot out dot print ln. I can, for example, a plus b I can use in this way also. Or if you want to create another variable for result, for example, int r equal to a plus b, you can also do this one. Just you have to use here, or you can also format your string properly. For example, result of A plus B equal to this one. Put here and concatenate. Now I want to open terminal, creating bytecode for this file javac operators.java, and then run this file java operators and then press enter. You will see that A plus B equal to 50 result is showing here because 20 plus 30 is 50. Now for another operators you can also, but we have to copy and paste here. But for that reason you have to uh, extend your code. For example, in case of uh, or here you have to use a subtraction B. But in this case I want to just write in a parenthesis in the place of R A, because you have to create another variable for that reason, and then A subtraction B, sorry, and then in the next line, for subtraction, modulus, division. So that is very easy. Just change symbol for division, for multiplication, and for modulus. Just open the terminal, creating a bytecode, and then we have to run your file. Run your file. You will see that all the answer is showing here. So this is all about different operators of arithmetic. So another is a, for example, comparison operator. You can also, for example, less than, greater than, you can also find the system.out.println. You will see that, for example, a is greater than b. In this case you will get boolean value whether true or false, but you can see that a value is less, b value is greater. In this case you will see a false message because a is not greater than b. False is showing here. You can see that. Another, for example, if you want to check their equality and I want to make their value equal to each other, in this case you will get a true result because they are equal to each other. You can see that true is showing here. So there are many other comparison operators you can use. For example, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. There are many operators that use in comparison operator you can use. So actually these operators used to make some condition. So another example I want to give you about assignment operator. So assignment operator, for example, this is the equal sign that use a assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign any value. You can see that this is the assignment operator that used to provide this 20 value to a variable. There are many other, we say that arithmetic assignment operator, in which we use two operator. For example, addition, assignment operator. So this is actually a single one operator. So another is a subtraction assignment operator, division assignment operator, multiplication assignment operator, modulus assignment operator. So these are different operators that used in Java, and another programming language also you can use this assignment operator. If you're following my other courses, so you will be clear how these operators work in programming. Just I want to show you, int x value is 20, for example 10, and then x addition assignment operator 20. It means that it will add this 20, it will add with x value, then final result will be stored in x. 20 plus 10, 30 will be again assigned to x variable. Just I want to show you system.out.println x. So it will show you x value will become 30, not 10. Just creating a bytecode and then run that file. You will see that 30 is showing here. When I put here subtraction, it means that it will subtract this 20 from 10 original value of x. It will become minus 10, and then minus 10 will be assigned again to x variable. Creating a bytecode and then run that file, you will see that -10 is showing here. Same you can use uh, division, modulus, multiplication, assignment operator also. So there are many other, for example, logical operator, or logical operator and logical operator not you can also use. There are many other operator also you can use in Java programming. So just I want to hear just idea how you can work with operators in Java programming. Actually, this is very short course. That is why I want to show you a basic concept. If you want to make your enrollment in another course, you will clear each and everything. Now, if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you.
Hi guys, in this class we will discuss about string, how you can work with string data type in Java. You know that in the previous classes I discussed with you how you can declare a string variable and provide value to that string variable. But in this class we will learn how you can declare initialize string variable, its value, and also different operations we will discuss in this video lecture. String actually it is a class that represents a sequence of character. Sequence of character means that you can include any alpha, you can provide any alpha, maybe uppercase or lowercase, or you can also include any number from 0 to 9, any special character, white spaces you can include. String objects are immutable. Immutable means you cannot update string. Once you create it, you cannot update, which means that once a string is created, string object is created, its value cannot be changed. That is immutable. So syntax is that string class, actually this is a string variable, data type and its value. This is a string variable. This is a data type. I am using string, and in double quotation you can include your any value, maybe alphanumeric, special character with white spaces. So example 1, using a string literal. This is a data type string variable name message and its value. Example 2, using the new keyword. Because this is a class, string is actually class, we can declare any variable with a new keyword. For example, string, this is a class, object name is name, and new keyword we use. In a string method, I am providing a value. This value will be a string value. In case first variable, you can see that its value is a hello world, but in the second, use a new keyword, string value is Faisal Amir. So this Faisal Amir will store in this name object. So example 3, empty string you can also create. Just you have to declare variable with string keyword and just equal sign, double quotation. You did not put anything else. Also you can provide null value. Null value means there is no value. So these are different example you can declare initialize a string. So there are different operations I will discuss with you in this class, which operations you can perform on a string. For example, first of all, concatenation. Concatenation means you can add two strings to each other. For example, this is a one string Faisal. This is another string Zamir. I want to concatenate these two strings to each other to display on a single line to make a one string. How I can do this one? There is an operator used, can be concatenated with addition symbol. Actually, this is a symbol that used to concatenate two strings. And another is a concat method also used in this case. You can see that string 1 value, string 2 value, and then in S3 it will create another string in which S1, S2 will be added to each other. So you can see that this is the string, this is the empty string to get a white space. So I can concatenate two strings to each other, one string and second string. And also I can concatenate with S2 and with this empty string. So between two string I have to use a addition symbol. So in S4, another string S4, I used second method, concat method. S1 dot concat S2, it means that I want to concatenate to each other. So concatenation you can do on string. Another one is a substring extractions, means for example this is the hello word and a string. I want to extract a specific range of character, specific substring from my main string. How I can do this one? For example, I want to extract from this position to this position. So a specific substring will be stored in a another string variable. So that method, substring method, used to
make a substring from a main string. So this is a main string. So I want to get only 7 character from 0 to 7 index number. So it will return a string in store s2 variable. So s1 means that I want to target s1. From s1 I want to take substring, and from 0 to 7 position I want to get a string. So in the second line you can see that in this case I want to access from 7 position to 12 position. I want to access element and store in s3 variable. So another is a length calculation. You can find length of any string. For example, in this case, this is the a string. If you want to find its length, for example, 1, 2, 3, total number of character, it will return, for example, 18, 12. So it will return s1. This string store is s1 variable. Just you have to use this method s1 dot length. It will return a number, total number of character, for example 10. 10 will be stored in length variable, and its data type should be int because it will return a number. Equality comparison, you can equal string to each other using equals method. For example s1, s2, s3. Just you can see that whether s1 that equals to s2 or not. So it will return boolean value whether true or false. That value will be stored in b1. So b1 contain a data which type is boolean. That is why I used here boolean. When you print this b1 b2 you will get false or true. So s1 is equal to s2. You can see that s1 equal to 2 s2. It will return false because these are not equal to each other. In the second you can see that s1 is equal to s3. s1 is equal to s3. You will get a true because these strings are equal to each other. So there are different operations you can perform on a string. Now I open VS Code and give you different example related to string. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. File name is, for example, mystring.java. First letter I want to keep capital. It create a by default class. Static void main string parameter list args, and then in parenthesis I want to create a string. String name is, for example, n. Its value will be Java code. And the second, I want to create another string using new keyword. How I can do this one? Class name, string variable name, for example, my n, my site equal to new keyword, string method, and pass value. What is the value? For example, Java code. Sorry. Another name I want to provide Faisal Damir. Just put a semicolon. Now I want to use system dot out dot println to access these values. In the second line I can also show you value of n. Now create a bytecode. I want to create a bytecode for that class. We say my string, and then it will create bytecode, and then I want to run this file, my string, press enter. You can see that two values are showing here, Faisal Zamir and Jafri code is showing here. Now in the second, different operations you can perform. First of all, if you want to access any individual character from your string, you can use square method. Just put a square, and then you can provide any index number. For example, this is an n value. String is actually sequence data type which store character. Every character should have a specific index number that start from 0 to n minus 1, where n is total number of character. So I want to access any specific element, for example 3. 3 is the index number of fourth element, j 0 1 2 3. So in this case r should be display. For that reason you have to make array. In case of array you can use, for that reason you have to make array. How you can create array of different characters.
For that reason, what you have to do, for example, mhm, char and then n equal to, yeah, free code, just nm, nm, put a semicolon, nm, from nm, स्ट्रिंग वाली गाली खत्म कर दे, इंडेक्स वाली. Now different operations we can perform. Also you can provide an empty, create empty string, providing any null value you can set. So I want to show you, for example, I have a string f name means first name is Faisal, and string in l name last name is, for example, the free. Now I want to put a semicolon at the end. Now I want to concatenate these two string. How I can do this is this one. There are two methods to concatenate these two string to each other. One is addition symbol, another is a concat method. First of all, I want to show you how you can concatenate using uh, addition symbol. Just I want to use system.out.println and then f name plus l name. Just open the command prompt, create bytecode, and then you have to run this file. You will see that Faisal Jafar is showing it that there is no space between two words. How I can do this one? Just I had to use two symbol, and here I have to use double quotation. It means that this is one string, this is another string, this is another string. There are three string in this case. So I can concatenate these two string to each other, and I can concatenate these two string to each other. Just when I again compile and then when I execute, you can see that now it contains a white space between two words. Now another is a system.out.println using method concat method. For example, f name dot concat and then l name. Now I want to make comment this one, creating a bytecode and then running this file. You can see that there is no space. So when you use a addition symbol, so you will have full access to perform different operations, also providing values between two string, taking or keeping some another string between your two string also. So another is a, for example, you can find length of any string, print ln. For example, l name dot length, just put a length, so it will return total number of characters that are present in your string l name. L name contain 5 characters. Just I want to show you whether 5 is showing, not 5 is showing here. So another is a for example, you can extract any substring. For example, this is my substring. I want to access part of this string. Just I will target this n dot substring substring, and you have to mention, for example, from 0 to 3. From 0 to 3 I want to access, sorry, from 0 to 3 I want to access character. Just put a semicolon and then it will return a new string, that is why string and new s equal sign, and then system.out.println and then new s. Now in command prompt, creating a bytecode and then run this file. You can see JAF. It means that it will start from 0 index number, 1 index number, and 2 index number. You know that at the ending position we always subtract one number. In slicing, in another case when we use range function in Python, we provide two values, starting index and ending index, starting number and ending number. Always in programming we subtract one number from the ending position. That is why its last index number will be 2. 3 means that total number of character will be 3 you get. You can see that 3 numbers showing here. For example, I want to start from 3 index number to 6 index number. So 3 index number is, for example, j is 0, 1, 2. It will start from f, and then we check that you will see that RIC from RIC is showing here. So another is a you can also compare any string to each other. For example, system dot out dot print out dot println. I want to show you f name dot equals with l name equals to l name or not. It will return a boolean value. Just creating a byte code, you will see that false is showing here. For example, I want to make these two equal to each other. Now in this case, you will return a true value. True value is showing here. So these are different operations you can perform on your string. There are many other methods you can use with string, changing into uppercase, lowercase, checking number, integer, alpha. There are many methods you can apply on your string. So in Java, this is actually a short course. That is why I share some knowledge of Java. If I create a comprehensive course on Java programming, then you will learn many concepts, many things, many problems, and their solution in that course. You know, this is a very short course, 1 day course. That is why I share some knowledge of Java programming. Anyhow, if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will discuss about a decision making structure in Java. You know that we have already discussed decision making structure in another programming courses, for example, Python, JavaScript, C, C++, C Sharp, PHP. Now, in this course, this is a Java 1 day course in which we have discussed different things in the morning session, afternoon session. This is a last concept in which we will learn many concepts, many types of decision making structure. So, in the evening session, we have already many lectures about Java programming. Now, what means of decision making structure? This is a structure in which you have to provide condition. On the basis of condition, your code will execute. For example, if A is greater than B, so this is a condition. When this condition return you a true, then a specific statement, sorry, this is false. When this condition is become true, and a specific code will execute. For example, in case when this condition return false value, a specific code will execute. So on the basis of your condition, data, any code will execute, in which you have to make a such type of structure, and which system will decide which statement is to execute and which statement you have to ignore or skip. This is a structure in Java involve making choices between two or more options. In that options, only one option will execute. Only one statement, set of statement or a specific code will execute on the basis of condition. If statement, if else statement, if else statement, switch statement, also ternary operator used in making a decision making structure. But we include this type in operator, but you can also use in case of decision making structure. When you have to make any decision making structure, we can also use ternary operator. So first of all, in this video lecture, I will discuss with you about if statement. If statement, the if statement is used to test any condition and execute a block of code if the condition is true. For example, you create a if statement structure. You have to provide a, for example, any condition. If a value is greater than b, a specific block will execute. In a block, there will be one statement or set of statement. Any code you can mention in your block, that block will be specific execute when your condition is true. When your conditions become false, that block will be skipped and all the code will be ignored to execute. So its syntax I want to share with you. Just if, you have to write if and your condition and curly braces, start and end curly braces. So here what you have to do, you have to define your code. Here you have to write your code. Any one single statement or multiple statement you can mention here. That code will execute when this condition is become true. When this condition is false, then compiler will skip all this body and remaining code will be executed. For example, x value is 10. I want to check that if x is greater than 0. In this case, you can see that f is greater than 0 and this condition will be true. And inside this body, this statement will be executed because x is greater than 0 because x value is 10 and this line will be shown to user. So another is a if else statement. The if else statement is used to test condition and execute one block of code if condition is true and another block of code if condition is false. In case of if statement, you can see that only one block is created. But when these conditions become false, there is no thing to display. But in case of if else statement, you have to create two blocks. In if statement, you create one block. In if else statement, you have to create two blocks. One block will execute when condition is true and another block will execute when conditions become false. I want to share an example with you. For example, x value is 10. I want to check that if x is greater than 0, then this line should display. For example, uh, this condition become false, then you have to use else keyword and you have to make another block starting curly braces and ending curly braces. This showing that this is another block. So starting curly braces, ending curly braces. So this will create a block. So you can see that one block and two block. There are two block in case of if else statement. One block will execute if condition is true and another block will execute when condition is false. But in case of if statement, that block will execute only one block statement will execute if condition is true. When a condition is false, nothing to display. But when condition is false, in case of if else statement, we will have a option to display a message to user. For example, error message we can display. For example, age value is 18. I want to make a condition that if age is greater than 18, then this message should display. For example, pass. Otherwise, in else part, you have to display message fail. So error message will show to user in case of if else statement. But in case of if statement, only one statement will be displayed when condition is true. Otherwise, nothing display to user. So these are different examples to clear your concept about if statement and if else statement. Now I open VS Code and provide you different example to clear your concept. In VS Code, just creating a new file if and if else.java. It will create a by default class with name of your file, public static void main string args, and then what I have to do, I have to declare variable int age is equal to, for example, 29. Make if statement if age is greater than or equal to 18, then this message should be displayed. This is actually one block. You can write one statement or more than one statement. For example, your confirm. Also, I can write more code system out.println congratulations, and also system.out.println. These all the statement will display when this condition is true. Otherwise, it will be skipped. The free code. Put a semicolon. Now I want to run this Java C. File name is if else and then Java. Press enter. You can see that all the code is showing here. Why is showing? Because this condition is false. Because this condition is become true. For example, age value is 9. In this case, you can see that this condition become false because age is not greater than 18 or equal to each other. But when I again create a bytecode for this file, and then execute, you can see that nothing display. Because the condition become false, when this condition is become false, then this block will be skipped and nothing displayed to user. For example, I want to show something when condition is false. For that reason, you have to use else and make another block for that one. System dot out dot println and display a message showing that your age is less than 18. Sorry, this error message will display to user. For example, creating a bytecode and then run your file, you can see that your age is less than 18. Sorry. So in this way, you can make two block in case of if else. For example, if you're using only if statement, in that case, you have to create only one block. When condition is true, all the statement inside block will execute, but when condition is false, nothing display in case of only if statement. When you mention else part also, uh, that statement will be execute of else part when condition is false. So this is all about if statement and if else statement in Java. Now in the next class there is another type I will discuss with you. Hi guys, in this class we will discuss about another decision making structure types, that is a if else if else statement. uh, the if else if else statement is used to test multiple conditions. In this type of decision making structure, you have to provide multiple condition and execute different block of code depending on the condition, in which only one block will execute when a condition is true. For example, x value is 10. When x is greater than 0, this line will print. So for example, this condition become false, another condition we will check. Just you have to write else and if. It means that when this condition is false, then check again another condition whether x is less than 0 or not. If x is less than 0, then this message display. When x is greater than 0, this message display. Otherwise, if a number, for example 0, when x value is 0, you can see that it is not greater than or less than 0, but it is equal to 0. That is why in else part this message will be displayed. For example, user enter a 10 number, so this line will display. For example, user enter minus 10, it means that this is not greater than 0, but we will check again if x is less than 0. In this case, minus 10 is less than 0, then this message will display. For example, x value is 0. In this case, this condition become false. This will become false. So in case of else part, this statement will be executed to user. So this is all about if else statement. Now I open VS Code. In VS Code, just creating a new file, if else if .java. It created by default class static public static void main string, and then sorry for that args remove here, put a sorry. So this is a main methods of the main class. Actually class name is if else if, while name and class name should be same. Now what I have to do, I have a, for example, marks, user marks equal to, for example, 980. I want to check that if marks greater than or equal to 90, then this message should be displayed. This message should display. What message I want to display? I want to display a message system dot system dot out dot println. I want to show a message that you have a grade. In case when this condition become false, now recently you can see that marks value is 80. In this case, this condition will become false because marks are not greater than or equal to 90. In that situation, I have to make another condition else if. In case of else if, I will check again. If this condition become false, then check another condition. if marks is greater than or equal to 80, then you have to display another message. In this case, you will have a B grade. So for example, this condition also become false. Then what you have to do? Just you have to provide another condition. You have to provide another condition. You have to provide another condition when marks greater than or equal to 70, then you have to show a C grade. For example, this condition become also false, and then you have to make another condition when marks greater than or equal to 60, then you have to display D grade. For example, if all the condition become false, then you have to put a else part, and inside else part your code will execute when all the condition become false. For example, I want to message you are fail, sorry. So you can provide multiple conditions, no limit, many conditions you can provide, but at the end you have to put a else part which contain all the statement. That statement will be execute when all the condition become false. So only one block will execute when condition is true. For example, if this condition is true, related to this condition block will execute. Any single statement, any multiple statement will be execute of this block when this condition is true. When this condition become false, it will ignore, it will skip this block and check another condition. If this condition become true, all the statement for this block will execute. So if this condition become also false, then it will check another condition. So when this condition is true, its block will be execute. Same when all the condition become false, then in the else part you have mentioned anything else that will execute. Now I want to create a bytecode for this file javac if else, and then run this file if else. If else, press enter, you will see that you have a B grade. So for example, I want to provide 30. You can see that no matching with any condition. Last block will execute. For example, you can see that your fail is showing it. And this you can mention multiple conditions. On multiple conditions you can work in Java. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture we will discuss about a switch statement. Switch statement also make a decision making structure in which we have to create different cases, and then we have to provide a variable. On the basis of variable value and match with case value, a specific block will execute. Switch statement, the switch statement is used to test a variable against the list of possible values and execute different block of code depending on the value of the variable. So syntax is that you have to write switch, any expression or any variable you can mention here. On the basis of expression or variable value, a specific block will execute. Case and value 1. This value 1 will be a variable value. For example, variable value is 2. For example, here you mention here 2. If variable value is 2, then its code will be executed and put a break statement after your code. And then another case you have to mention. For example, I want to check that if variable value is 4, then its block will execute break. And additional cases you can also mention at the end, like else part you have to use a default statement. In case of default statement, when your variable value is not matching with any cases, then inside default statement your code will execute. So put a break statement and end this curly braces. Now I will provide you example to clear your concept in VS Code. In VS Code, just create a new file, and then file name is switch.java, and then public static void main string and args, and then for example int x value is 10. I want to use a switch statement and pass x variable, and then inside curly braces I have to create some cases. For example, in case 1, I mentioned here 10. It means that when x value is 10, put a semicolon at the end, and inside this case block I have to write a code. For example, system dot out dot print ln. I want to show a message that x value is 10. Any message you can write here. So put a break statement. So it means that when x value is 10, this statement will be executed. You can provide many other statements also, depend upon your requirements. So another case I want to make, for example, a second case, if x value is 20 or 11, 12, 13, any value you can provide. For example, if x value is 13, I want to say that this statement should display, for example, x value, for example, 13. And also you have to use a break statement to end this code, this block. So another case I want to make, for example, I want to say that in a third case, I want to say that if x value is, for example, 15, then this message should display x value is 15. So in case, for example, if x value is not matching with any cases, then what I have to do, I have to use a default statement. In default statement I have to display a message not matching with any cases. You can write anything else you want, just use a break statement. Now open the terminal and then create a bytecode for this file, and then run this file java and switch. Press enter. You will see that x value is 10, because x value is 10, and it will check all the cases. At first it will match with x value and execute that block. For example, x value is 30. What block will execute? You will see that nothing to display. For example, default statement is showing here not matching, because there is no case in which x value is 30. For example, x value is 15, then you will see that it will match with this case and its block will execute. Create a bytecode and then run your file. We'll see that value is 15, x value is 15. So this is a common example of switch statement I mentioned and share with you. Another example I want to show you in PPT slide. This is an example. Int day variable value is 3, and I want to put that day variable in parentheses. If day value is 3, 4, according to day variable value, I will show some statement, some code to user. Case 1 means that this one show that if day value is 1, then this message should display to user, and put a break statement. In case 2, 2 means that if day value is 2, and this Tuesday message should display. Case 3 means that if day value is 3, Wednesday should display. Break statement. Case 4 you can mention here. Same. Case 5, same. You can provide many other cases also, but I use default statement. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If user provide any number from this range, any code will display. For example, if user enter 6, there is no case I created for 6 value. In that situation, invalid day will display to user, because you provide another number that is not matching with case. So if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture we will discuss about ternary operator. Ternary operator also used to make a decision making structure. Actually this is a operator that should be included in operator chapter, operator video lecture, but I included in decision making structure because it is another way to use if else statement. Ternary operator in Java, also known as conditional operator, is a shorthand way to write an if-else statement. This is a very easy method if you want to use if-else statement, one line code, alternative method of if-else statement. It allows you to conditionally assign a value to variable based on a Boolean expression. Syntax is that any Boolean expression, for example, x is greater than y, x is equal to b. So any Boolean expression in which your answer will be in the form of true or false. And put a question mark. So one statement and second statement. Between two statements, you have to put a colon. At the end, semicolon. So this statement will execute, will return to this variable when this condition is true. But when this condition is false, this statement will be returned and stored in your variable. Example is that x will is 10. If x is greater than 0, then x is positive. This statement will be returned in message variable, which is a string type of data. For example, if this condition is false, then it will skip first statement and second statement will be executed and returned in message variable, which type is string. And then when you print this message, its value will be displayed to user. Now we open VS Code. How ternary operator work in Java. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. This will be, for example, ternary operator.java. And then, for example, I want to create and then put a. Now what you have to do, I want to create variable x value is, for example, 20. Just if x is greater than b, y, for example, int y value is 10. If x is greater than y, put a question mark, one statement, and another statement, put a semicolon at the end. X is greater than y. In the second, y is greater than x. Just assign that return value into a variable, because returning value will be string. That is why r, you can see that all the error is removed. Now I want to system dot out dot println pass that r. Now you can see that x value is 20, y value is 10. I make a Boolean expression. If x is greater than y, then there are two statements. First statement will return to this r variable when this condition is true. In case of when this condition x is not greater than y, when this condition become false, it will skip first statement and second statement will return to r variable. Data will be stored in r variable. On the line number 7, I use print function, output function to show r value. So just sorry for that. In terminal, I want to open, execute this file. Just command prompt. I want to use command prompt, and then Java C. File name is ternary operator, and then Java ternary, and then you will see that x is greater than y is showing here. For example, I want to make y greater. In this case, you will see that creating a bytecode and then running your file. In this case, you can see that y is greater than x. So it will work same like a if else statement, but this is a alternative method of if else statement. Also, this is a single line method, only one line you have to use. Now if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will learn about loop concept in Java programming. You know that we have already discussed loop concept in another programming language, but in Java course we will discuss different loop with programming example. In Java, a loop is a control structure that allows a block of code to be executed repeatedly. You can repeat a statement or set of statements using loop as long as condition is true. When condition is true, your code will repeat for a specified number of time. Also, you can mention a specified time, for example, 10 time, 20 time, 100 time, your code will repeat. Types: while loop, do while loop, for each loop. So these four types of loop you can use in Java programming. While loop: the while loop is used to repeatedly execute a block of code as long as condition is true. So when condition is true, your block will repeat according to your condition. According to your given condition, when your condition is true, block will repeat. When your condition become false, it will stop to execute your block. Syntax of while loop: just you have to write while condition, your code, and this is starting curly braces, ending curly braces. Between that, you can write your code where you want to repeat. I will provide you example to clear your concept how while loop will work. So for example, I is a variable, its value is initial value is 1. So condition is that I should be less than 10 or equal to 10. Inside this block, you can see that I want to display value of I. At initially I value will be 1, and then after showing its 1 value, we will increase 1 value with current value of I. So we say that this is the increment operator. Now I value will become 2, and then again we check 2 is less than or equal to 10. You can see that condition is true, so it will execute this block and it will show I value, that is 2. So it will become next 3, and then 4, 5, 6 up to 10 it will display. When I value become 11 and it check whether 11 is less than or equal to 10, it means that condition will become false and nothing display. When condition become false, then compiler will not enter in the body of the loop. So it will generate number from 1 to 10. So this is the basic working of while loop. So if you have enrolled in our another course, I have already discussed deeply how loops work. Now I open VS Code to provide you example different on while loop. In VS Code, just you have to create a new file and then save this file. You should know I have to create another folder, that is a evening session. You know that this is a new session. We have completed 2 session. Evening session, inside evening session this will be a while loop dot java. Also I have to fix one issue. Just you can see that problem is that already I have fixed this issue. This is a non-project file. To fix this issue, just control plus shift plus P and then select this one, evening session. This is my workspace. You can see that error is fixed. Now open the terminal, and inside this class I want to write here method public static void main string argument args. Inside your this function, what you have to do, for example, I value is 0. My goal is that I want to generate number from 0 to 15, 0 to 10. I want to generate number. So initially I value is 1. Just run a while, and condition is that I should be less than or equal to 10. This is my condition. So all the number will be less than 10 and last number will be equal to 10. So inside while loop I want to just use output function system.out.print. What is the problem? 3 problem is showing here. System.out.println, and here just put I, and then I will increase one value with current value of I. So I have to reach to my destination is 10. It will start from 0 to 10. So initial value of I will be 1, and it will check condition whether 0 is less than or equal to 10. It is less than, condition will be true, and compiler enter in the body of the while loop and show I value, that is a 0. After showing I value, it will increase one value with I. It will become 1 from 0 to 1, and again it check. So it will show 1 and increase one value. It will become 2 and 3, 4, 5 up to 10 it will display. When I value become 11, and it check that whether 11 is less than or equal to 10, it means that condition will be false, and then it will not repeat more. Now I want to open terminal and then Java C while, sorry, I have to move back, cd evening session, just Java C and then while loop Java and Java while loop. We'll see that it will show your different number. You can see that from 0 to 10 number are showing here. Also you can display any statement, repeat any statement. For example, any string out print ln hello world. So hello world will repeat 11 time starting from 0 to 10. You will see that hello world, you can see the hello world is showing here. Just when I use here escape sequence n, so it will bytecode. You can see that on new line, every statement is on the new line showing you a result. So this is a all about while loop. You can use in your project if you want to uh, repeat any statement, set of statement, or if you want to repeat any code, any design, you can use while loop in your project, in your application. Now if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this class we will discuss about do while loop. In previous class we have learned about while loop. So there is some difference between while loop and do while loop. I will share with you in VS Code. Also I will give you idea in this PPT slide. The do while loop is similar to the while loop, except only one difference. Difference is that block of code is executed at least once, even if condition is false. But in case of while loop, for example, in case of while loop, while and you have to provide a condition and your code. But in case of do while loop, syntax of do while loop is that do and then you have to mention while condition at the ending position. So you can see that in case of while loop, you have to check condition at first. At starting position, you have to check condition. If condition is true, then compiler enter in the body of the while loop. Otherwise, condition when false, compiler will not able to enter in the body of the while loop. But in case do while loop, you can see that do and this is body of the do while loop. But we're checking condition at the ending position. At the starting position, we are checking in case of while loop. But in do while loop, we are checking condition at the end. So for example, you write any code, that code will execute. After execution this code, when condition is false at starting position, next time compiler will not enter in the body of the do while loop because condition become false. At least once it will execute that block even if condition is false, because we are checking condition after executing block of code. So this is the actual difference. I will show you a practical example in VS Code. So what is the syntax? Syntax is that do starting curly braces, any curly braces, and while condition, and put the semicolon. So this is the example to clear your concept about do while loop. I value is 1 do, and then it will generate number up to 10. So it will generate number. So same working, same output you will get. But this is a difference. Difference is that it will check condition at the ending position. But in case of while loop, condition will be checked at starting position. So I open VS Code and provide you different example to clear your concept. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. Do while.java. Now public static void main string args, and then what I have to do, int I value is for example 1, initial value do, its curly braces ending and starting. And this is a body of the do while loop. System dot out dot print ln, I want to show I value, and also I want to use increment operator, and then at the end I will check and I will insert condition I should be less than or equal to 10. This is a condition. Now it will work same as while loop, but that is a difference is the condition. Creating a bytecode for do while, and then java do while file name only. You will see that output will be same from 0 from 1 to 10, because starting value is 1. When you put 0, starting value will be 0. Now another is that, for example, 11. You can see that initial value is 11, and then it will display I value, and then it will increase one value with current value of I, means that it will add 1 with 11. From 11 it will become 12. So after executing this line, value of I when it display, at the ending it will check condition whether 12 is less than or equal to 10 or not. So you will return a false. So at starting position condition is false, and then it will display at least once your body. For example, when I create a bytecode for this class and then run this file, you can see that 11 is showing, only 11 is showing, but you can see the condition is false but 11 is showing because the condition is checking at the ending position. After executing one time your body content, it will check condition. When condition is false, no further will be execution. So this is the difference between do while loop and while loop. Hi guys, in this video lecture we will learn about for loop. The for loop is used to repeatedly execute a block of code for a specified number of time. So for loop is also used to generate number, for example from 1 to 100 number, of 100 to 1 number, to getting only even number, getting odd number, getting your required number. You can generate number in different way. Also you can repeat any statement or a set of statement, any code, any design you can repeat using for loop. So syntax is that you have to write here for initialization, starting value, ending value, increment or decrement you can also use here. Starting curly braces, any curly braces, and your code where you want to repeat. For example, initial value of I is 1. Condition is that I should be less than or equal to 10, and increment. So it will generate number from 1 to 10. Its output will be same, but our technique is different. So in some situation we use while loop, some situation we use do while loop. So it depends upon our requirement when you need to use for loop to get required functionality in case when we are developing any application, any software. So this is a basic example for loop. You can generate number from 1 to 10. Also you can mention here any other code, any design that will repeat 11 time, sorry, 10 time your code will repeat. For example, when you put initial value 0, in that case your this body will repeat 11 time. Now I open VS Code and point your example related to for loop in Java to clear your concept. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. File name is for loop for and java.java. Okay, now I want to just copy and paste here. Just I want to save my time. Sorry, you cannot use a for your class because for is the result keyword. Just I want to rename my this file I want to rename. How I can rename? Just open. This is for loop, and then open this file. Now you will see that now class name should be for loop. Class is created with the file name, and then initial value is this one. Now I want to remove all the code. I will use a for loop for, and initial value is I use x equal to 0, and then x should be less than or equal to 10, and then x should be increment. I want to increase one value with x because I have to reach to my destination. Destination is 10. It will start from 0 up to 10. So this is a part of the for loop, and any statement, any code you can mention here, system.out.println and x. I want to generate number from 0 to 10. I want to show what are the number. Just creating a bytecode for that. Java C for loop, and then Java for sorry Java for loop. Okay, you will see that all the number showing here. Now I want to display only even number. How I can do this one? Make condition if x when I uh, divide by 2, this is a modulus operator, so that will return remaining number after division. After division it will return remaining number. If remaining number is 0, it means that that number is even number. I want to show only that number, not all the number. Just create a bytecode and then run this file. You will see that only even number are showing here. When for example put 1, it means that if remainder is 1, returning one number, remaining one number means that number is odd. Create a bytecode, run file. You can see that it should start from 1 1 3 5 7 9. So any operations you can perform, it depend upon your requirement and need what you want. So these are different loop I discussed with you. Now there is another loop type, that is a for each loop that used to iterate any array, any sequence content. Now in the next class we will learn for each loop. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture we will learn about for each loop, how you can work with for each loop. So we have already discussed for each loop in PHP course. If you have watched our PHP course, I have discussed for each loop working with array. Also you can iterate other iterable object. So for each loop is used to iterate over an array or collection of element. So our collection of element means that any data which is a collection of element, maybe string, maybe list, tuple in case of Python. So for each loop syntax is that you have to write here for and then type your variable colon your collection, your iterable object, your array variable you have to mention here, and code which you want to execute. So actually we want to get one by number from your array. For example, this is an array of different character A, B, C, D. So I want to show all the number, all the element, all the item of array or any other iterable object. So I will use for each loop to iterate all these element to show to user one by one. Also I can perform, also I can some filtration techniques I can apply. I can search any element, I can filter this array. So different operations I can perform after filtration. So this is the benefit of using for each loop on your array. So I will show you different example of filtering in VS Code. So example is that, for example, this is the array containing 5 number. About array we will learn in the next video lecture. Your concept will be clear when you watch our next video lecture, in which I will show you how you can create array. Different types of array there are in Java. Int means that int data type, integer type of data will be stored in our array. Array name is numbers. So 5 elements stored in our array. You can also make array of different string, for example, different name, student marks, price, product price. You can make a array. So you can see that this is the for keyword, int number. So type means that you can see the data type int and number. So this is your variable, and numbers will be which you want to iterate, and put a colon. So inside your this body, when you call this number, one by one atom will be displayed from your array. So any curly braces you have to put. This is your body, what you want to do. Now I open VS Code, and then I will give you an example how you can iterate array to perform different operations on your array. Now I open VS Code and discuss for each loop. In VS Code, just create a new file and save this file. This will be a for each loop, for each loop dot java. Sorry, open having session. File is saved. Now copy, paste here. Basic main method I just copy from previous source code file to save my time. Now what I have to do, I have to create an array and first remove this code array of different number. Array name is x for example, and then array name is for example marks, and then for example 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100. Put a semicolon, and then what I have to do, I have to iterate this array element to display to user. Also I can filter this element to get required element from this array. Just you have to use for and data type. What is data type of your element stored in array? Int. And then what variable you want to set to store one by one element? I want to say that m. And what is the array name? Marks. Inside your this for each loop body, what you have to do, just I have to system dot out dot print ln and m. So now I want to create a bytecode at first. JavaC for each Java for each. You can see that all the element stored in that array showing. But I want to make some filtration. For example, if if is that if marks greater than or equal to 60, that marks I need to display. Now creating a bytecode and then file name. You can see that greater than or equal to 60 marks showing. So in this case you can also make another condition. You can check even number, odd number. You can find any specific record from your list of array. So this is all about for each loop you can use in your Java programming to iterate any sequence object like a array. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you. Hi guys, in this video lecture we will discuss about data structure. So there are different techniques you can use for data structure to store your data in well organized form. So one of them is array. So in this video lecture we will discuss about array data structure in Java programming. In Java, how you can create array, its syntax, example. Also you can iterate your Java array to get required element, to make some filtration. So different techniques in Java, how you can create array. I will provide you a different example to clear your concept. So in Java, an array is a data structure that store a fixed size collection of element. You have to mention how much element you will store in your array. So that element will have same data type. For example, if you want to store student marks, so you can store in your array, for example, 30, 40, 50, 60. So these are different marks of student in 4 subjects. So that will be stored in a curly braces. So I will share with you a syntax how you can create array in Java. Actually, we use array to store multiple data. In case of variable, for example, int marks equal to 30, only one value you can provide your variable. For example, if you want to store another marks, then you have to declare another variable for the marks 1, marks 2, and 40. In this way you have to create multiple variable for multiple values. So this is the advantage of using array, in which you have to create only one array to store multiple element having same data type. So there are two types of array in Java. One is one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array is a collection of element arranged in a single row or single column. You can see that it may be a single column or a single row. But in case of multi-dimensional array or two-dimensional array, your data will be stored in a table form, or you can define it multi-dimensional array is an array of array. For example, you can see that this is a element. So you can create another array. Array will be an element of array. So in this case, you can see that this is an integer. This is a number. You can store array in your array, where each element of array itself an array. So that will be a multi-dimensional array. For example, in multi-dimensional array, for example, this is a two-dimensional array. Also, we say that multi-dimensional array. In two-dimensional array, our data will be stored in a table form. You can see that this will be a column. Its index will start from 0, from 0 to n minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 0 and 1. So here your data will be stored in case of two-dimensional array. So I will discuss with you some concept of array. You should know array is a complete chapter in any programming. In a data structure chapter, array is a chapter. So there are many concepts along array, but in this video lecture I will show you basic concept of array in Java, how you can create array. So syntax is that you have to write data type, which type of data you will store in your array, and square bracket, what is your array name, new keyword, and again you have to mention your data type, and length. Length means how much element you want to store in your array. Example 1, this is a data type, array name, and new keyword, and again you have to mention data type, element. 5 element will be stored in numbers array. So this is actually a declaration. This is a declaration of array. How you can initialize array? Initialization array means that providing value to declare array. So in this case you can see that at 0 index number I want to store 1 element, at 1 index number I want to store 2, same like you can see that at 4th index number I want to store 5. Any number you can provide. For example, 12 I want to provide 13, 40, 25, any element you can provide. So their index number will start from 0 to n minus 1, where n means total number of element. So this is actually initialization of array. So you should know that array is a data structure in which we store different element. For example, 20, 40, 100, 20, 31. So you can see that 4 elements stored in our array. Every element should have their index number. For example, 20 will be stored at 0 index number, 40 will store at 1 index number, 2 index number, and this 31 will store on 3 index number. You can see that it will start from 0 to n minus 1. For example, if you want to access 100 element from array, how I can do this one? I can access this third element using its index number. So when I use its index number, it will return 100 because this 100 is stored at 2 index number. So you should know about index number. If you have watched my other courses in Python, PHP, C, C++, C#, JavaScript, I have already discussed about array. In previous example, I discussed about how you can store number. How you can store number in your array. Number array I shared with you in previous example, but this is an example in which you can store string type of data. You can see that these are the name, student name, any person name. You can make a array, but in this case you can see that you did not mention how much element you will store. Just data type and array name equal all the element you want to store in your names array. So there is no limit. You can provide many element as you want. So these are different two example I share with you. Now I open VS Code. I will show you how you can create array in Java. Many things I will share with you in VS Code. In VS Code, just create a new file. Save this file. File name is array creation.java. Now class is created by default, and then I want to write a main method. I did not want to waste my time, just saving the time. Main method is also created. Now I want to create array to store student marks. I want to store student marks. Student marks, 6 subject marks. 6 subject marks I want to store. For that reason,
that will be in the form of int square bracket, array name is marks, and then new keyword int total number of element, for example 6 subject marks I want to store. Now how you can initialize your this array, for example marks at 0 index number means that first marks subject will be, for example 50, marks at 1 index number, for example it will be 60. Just I want to copy and paste here, just give a one tab distance. At 2 index number, same at 3 index number, 4 index number, and 5 index number. So here a number will be, for example 50 again, 30, 70, also 90. So there are different marks I stored in array. How I can access these array element to user? Just you have to system dot out dot println, write name of your array. For example marks, I want to find what is the element stored at 1 index number, so it should return 60. Just create a, sorry, open terminal, create a open your terminal, Java C, file name is array creation, bytecode it will create, and then Java array creation, just file name. You will see that it should store 60 is showing here because 1 is the index number of the 60. 60 is stored at one index number, that is why 60 is showing. For example when you put 0, 50 will display. Now what I can do this one, I want to show all these element, all these marks to user. How I can do this one? For that reason you have to use a loop for each loop. For each loop, for example data type is int, and then variable I want to keep m colon, what is the array name marks, and then in the curly braces just I want to use this output function, and then replace with m. So it will no, did not need to write here, only m you have to use. Again create bytecode and then run this file. You can see that all the element of that array is showing here. So another I want to show you example how you can store string type of data in your array. Make comment. Again I want to create array, string type of array, string, array name is person, and new keyword, and then string I need 4 person name. How I can do this one? I can for example person, and then add 0 index number. So same process you can repeat, but I did not want to use this method right now. Just I want to directly provide element name. For example first element is Joffrey, and second element is Faisal, and third element is Zamir, and fourth element I want to keep, for example Ali. So put a semicolon, and same method I can also use, but individual element I can also access using index number. Just I want to show you person, any name you can provide, but here you have to write here actual array name. Array name is person, and then print this p, so it will return all the element. Cannot convert, sorry, here you have to write a string. String you have to mention here. Again create a bytecode and then run this file. You will see that all the element showing here. So this is a method you can create array and access that array in Java. So in this video lecture I just give you idea how you can create array, access that array, but there are many methods, there are many techniques, many built-in functions you can use with array. Now if you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you.
Hi guys, in this video lecture we will discuss about function. You know that we have discussed different concept in Java. For example, how you can create array, working with string operators, decision making structure, loop concept. So there are many other concepts we have discussed in this course. You know that this is a very short course, 1 day course. When I create a comprehensive course of Java programming, you will learn many things with different programming with different programming examples. So this is a video lecture in which we will learn about function. What is function actually? In a Java, a function or method, we often say that method, this is a method. In Java, we say this is a method. But these are the two same things. Function or method is a block of code that perform a specific task and can be called by parts of the program. So function contain functionality. For example, you create a uh, code. This is your code. So this code will delete any user. For example, if you get a ID from user, for example, it will take ID of user. For example, 1, it will delete that specific user. For example, ID of user is 10. It will delete user which ID is 10. So this is actually a code of line which will delete any user taking a ID of a specific user as parameter. So for example, when I need this functionality, another page, I have to repeat this line, copy and paste again. For example, in another page, I need this functionality, again I have to copy and paste these lines. So this is not a good practice to copy and paste again and again. Your code line will be high and code will become complex to update, because when you make any changes in this code, you also need to change in this code, also you need to change, update, modify in this code also. So this is not a good practice. What you have to do, you have to enclose this all code in a function. You have to make a function, you have to make a method. Inside method you have to paste your function. When you need the same code, just you have to write name of the function, for example x. So this is a good practice. For example, if you need to make some modification, you have to make modification in one code, all these code will update automatically because your code is on the same place. This is all about function you can create in Java. So another, for example, if you want to make function that will add two number, you have to mention two variable, two argument. So when you call that function, you need to provide two number to that function. When function perform addition on these two number, it will return a value to user. Also you can make another function will take only one number. When function uh, you need a number to provide a number, for example n. So function will create table of that number. After creating a table, it will return that table to user. So this is a function you can create in Java. Syntax is that access modifier, how you can access your function. For example, maybe public, private, protected. Return type, which type you want to set here. For example, you want to return your data to function calling point. So maybe int, float, string. It depends upon your data. Function name, what is your function name? This is a user defined function. Parameter list optional, when you need you can pass. This is a code what you want to execute. This code will execute when your function is run. Return result, you can return your result to the function calling point. This is a optional. So this is the basic syntax of the function. Now how you can call that function? For example, if you want to call that function, just you have to write here function name, and then put a parenthesis and at the end semicolon. If there are some parameter, you have to pass that parameter value. For example, a and b, you need to pass a and b value, for example 2 and 3. So this way it will work. Now in the next line you will see that syntax explanation. Access modifier, that this specifies the visibility of the function. Maybe for example, you can see public, private, protected. Return type, which type is the return type, maybe int, float. If you want to
use void, it means that there is no returning data type. Function name, this will be a valid function name. Parameter list, this is a list of input parameter that function accept if any, because this is optional. Code to be executed, this is a body of the function. What you want to execute. Return result, this statement is used to return a value from the function if necessary. Also, this is optional. Example number 1. So this is a main class. File name, class name should be same. Inside your main class, this is the user defined function. Public, access specifier, static, void, and also you have to use static. Another is a void, return type, message, print message. This is actually function name. Parenthesis, you can see that there is no parameter in parenthesis because parameter are the optional. Curly braces, so this is actually a body of the function. Body of the function, you can mention your all the code what you want to do, which code you want to execute. That code you have to write in this block. Starting curly braces, any curly braces between that you have to mention your code. So it will display hello world when I call this function. So in this way you can call the function. Just write name of the function. What is the name of the function? Print message and a parenthesis, put a semicolon. When you write this line of code, compiler will enter in the body of the main function at first, and when it find print message, then it will move up and it will execute this function and then move back from this position. So this is the example number 1. So another example, actually this is example number 2, main class, and you can see that now it is taking a parameter. It need message value. Message value will be taking from a user on the runtime or with a hard coded we can take. So its type will be string. So I want to display message. So what is the value of the message? Inside main function I will provide message value. This is a message variable. Data type is string. Its value is hello world, store will in message variable, and when I call that print message I will pass that parameter value also message. So this message value will store in this message parameter, and then inside the body of that function I will print that message value. So this is a very easy example. Another is the example number, it will be 3. Main class. In the main class you can see that some function name, it will return int ab. It will take two number, integer number, and then I will add this two number, and then I will return that result to the function calling point. Inside main function I want to set x value, y value, and then I want to call that function sum, and then sending x y value. This x value will be stored in a value, y value will be stored in b value. It means that 5 plus 10, and when its answer is 15, then that will be stored in result, and we will return that result, totally result, to the function calling point. This is a function calling point. Our 15 result will be stored in this function calling point, and then again we will assign that 15 to result variable, and then when I print that result, so it display 15 value to user. So this is all about different function example I share with you, with a out, without parameter, with parameter, with the return statement I discuss with you. Now I open VS Code to discuss more example. In VS Code, just create a new file and then save this file. File name will be function.java my function. It will create by default a class, and then I want to take a main function, remove its entry code. So I want to make function. Function is that public static void test. Function name is test, parenthesis, without parameter I want to make function. So I want that this function should display message system dot out dot print ln, and then this message I want to display, I am function, I am function. Now put a semicolon at the end, and then I want to call this function. Just in a main function you can call that function, just name of the function, parenthesis and semicolon. So this is function calling. Now I want to execute this file. How I can do this one? Just open the command prompt, opening command prompt because command prompt is fast than PowerShell. Just Java C, and then file name is my function.java. Press enter, it will create bytecode, and then after creating bytecode I want to run that file, my function, and then press enter. You will see that I am function, this message showing that. For example, I did not want to call that function, so your function will not execute. So it is very necessary to call your function. You can see that nothing display. It is very necessary to call that function. For example, I want that it will take argument, for example int a. So you can see that it generate error because you have to pass any value for this a, and then I want to use that a inside function, just system dot out dot println, and then a. This a value will print when I call that function and send a value for 10. Just create a bytecode, run this file. You can see that 10 is showing here. So in this way you can pass different parameter. For example, another parameter I want to pass b and int c. I want to add these two number a plus b plus c, and just I want to make comment, and then I have to pass bc value also 30 and 14. Save, and then creating a bytecode for this file. After getting bytecode, just run that file. You can see that 54 is showing here. Now I want to return that result. How I can do this one? Cut, remove, paste here, put a semicolon, and then declare a variable int r equal this value. So after addition the result, I want to return that r. So this r will return to the function calling point. This is a function calling point. And then what is the error? Void method. You can see that here you have to change int because returning value data type is int. That is why you have to put here int. Now again creating a bytecode, and then run this file. You can see the nothing display because I added these three values to each other. Store result in r and then return. This return result will be reached to function calling point when I, for example, system dot out dot print ln parenthesis start parenthesis close. You will see that it display your answer because function calling point take returning result. Just creating bytecode, run that file. You will see that 54 is showing. So this 54 is showing due to this system dot out dot print ln because I returned that result to the function calling point. I can also assign this result to another variable, for example int result, and then when I system dot output dot print ln and then result, so it will show you result value. Again bytecode, and then run that file. 54 is showing. So this is all about you can create a function in Java. There is a very there are different types of parameter you can learn because this is a very short course. That is why I share some knowledge of function, basics concept of function in Java. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you.
Hi guys, in this video lecture we will discuss about function overloading. You know that in previous class we have discussed how you can create a function in Java. So different example I share with you how you can create function without parameter, with parameter, with multiple parameter. Also I discussed how you can use a return statement in function to return any value. But in this class we have to learn about function overloading, how function overloading work in Java. Already we have discussed this function overloading concept in another programming language, for example in PHP, in C sharp, in C, C++. Also we have discussed, but in this Java course also we have to learn how function overloading work. Function overloading in Java refer to the practice of defining two or more function with the same name in the same class but different input parameter. So same definition as we learned in other programming language, for example in C++. So function name will be same. For example, you create a two function name is sum, another function name is sum. So you will get an error, but what you have to do, you have to make some difference in their parameter. For example, it contain only one parameter int a, and it contain two parameter a int b. So function name is same but difference in their parameter. It contain only one parameter, it contain two parameter. So this is a difference. When you change in their parameter, also you can change in their data type order. So that will create a function overloading. So in Java you can create function overloading, creating more than one function with same name but difference will be in their parameter. So this is an example. Calculator is a class, main class, and this is a function. You can see that function name is add. It is taking two argument. Its returning type will be int. So inside function you can see that I am adding two number a plus b, storing their result in result variable and returning their result to the function calling point. Another function is that you can see that function name is same, add, but you can change returning type, not matter in returning type, but you have to make difference in their parameter. You can see that two parameter but their data type is changed. Also same process we will do. So function name is same but it contains three parameter a b c, just result and then return this result to the function calling point. So this is a main function entry point. From this function compiler will start to execute all this function. At first it will execute add name function with taking two parameter, but this two parameter value is integer. So there are two function, one function and two function which contain two parameter, but it will give preference to first function because it contain integer value and I provided also integer value. That is why 2 3 will be stored in a and b at first function, and it will add these two value 2 plus 3 5, and then its answer will be stored in result variable and return this result to the function calling point, and then this result will be stored in function calling point. Again this result will be stored in sum1 variable, and when I output sum1, its result will be 5. So when I call another function, you can see that same name but I provided two value but double floating value I provided, so it will call this function. And then when I provide three value, it means that it will call this third function because I provided three value and also these are the integer value. So this is all about function overloading, how you can call any function when you create function overloading more than one function with same name but difference in their parameter. So for example, I did not call another function. I did not call other function. So for example, when I use this line of code, so it will execute only this function. For example, I change its value, for example 3 and 5, so it will ignore first function and it will ignore first function and call the third function. Last function it will execute because it is taking three argument, integer argument, and I pass also three value as integer. So it will find which is the function which its name is add and required three value that are the integer based, so it will be the last function. Now I open VS Code, how we can work with function overloading. In VS Code, just creating new file, save this file. It will be a function overloading. Sorry. function overloading dot java. So first of all, I want to create a main function, removing all this code. In the main function, I didn't want to write anything else. I will create a function, public static void. Function name is, for example, sum. It is taking, okay, I didn't want to write anything else. Just I want to declare variable a, value is 2, int b value is 3, b value is 3, int result, and add all this number, and system dot out dot print ln and result. So another function I want to create, public static void sum int a, int b. Inside this function body, I want to add these two values to each other, and then finally result variable and store their result. Also I want to print. Now I want to call that function. In main function you have to call the function sum, and then you can see that I did not pass any value. When I did not pass any value, so it will execute first function. When I pass any value, for example 2 value, when I provide, so it will execute last function. For example, I want to write here a line of code, system dot out dot println last function. It will be a first function. Now I want to run, before running, creating a bytecode, and then call that function. You will see that answer is 4, and saying that this is a last function because I provided value. When I did not provide any value, it means that it will execute first function, that is a without parameter. Name is same but difference in their parameter. Just create a bytecode and then run that file. You can see that answer is 5, first function, because it is a first function. For example, I want to create another function. Just copy and paste here. I pass third argument also plus c, and its result I want to return. Mention here, for example, second function. It will be a second function and last function. Store result in result. Now I didn't want to print that result inside function, but I want to return the result. This result will be returned to the function call point. Just change this void into int because the returning data type is int. We used void when we didn't want to return anything else. Just okay, return statement should be at the end, because when you use return statement, compiler will return to the function calling point. That is why you have to use return statement at the end. Now when you provide 3 value, so when you provide 3 value, this 3 value will be stored in this variable. When I provide 3 value, it will execute last function, because the last function which has some name and it is taking 3 value, 3 integer based value, and I provided also 3 value. When I run this file, creating bytecode, running this file, you will see that last function, this statement is only showing, but result is not showing because I did not print this sum and its parameter value, because the result is returned to the function calling point. And then when I system.out.println, then it will show you result print ln, because the result is stored in our function calling point. Just we need to use print statement, creating a bytecode, and then function calling point. You can see that answer is showing 10. 10 answer is showing. So 10 is showing due to this line, due to printing our sum and its value, because the result is returned to the function calling point, and then when we call this function calling point, result should be show in a console. This is all about function overloading. You can make more than one function with same name but difference in their parameter. If you have any confusion, any problem while learning with us, you can discuss with me without any hesitation. Thank you.